All right, guys, we're here with break number 442. I was going to say it is the half a case of jumbos. Let's say we did not open any jumbos yesterday on release. I just posted the half case of the hobbies. So got the jumbos. There's been a bunch of discussion about the short prints of guys. I'm not sure, so obviously nobody's seen any that hasn't been an autograph. The extended checklist, there's been a big talk about it. I guess I'll address it for anybody that doesn't follow around in the other groups. No one's really pulled anything out of that extended short print checklist that features Hunter Green. So the short checklist is supposed to be like Hunter Green, Julio Rodriguez, Bobby Witt, I believe not CJ Abrams. And two other guys, I can't think of the names off the top of my head right now. Torkelson and somebody else. So they haven't pulled. No one's pulled like the base cards of those that were announced or whatever. So I'm not saying they're not in the box at all. I guess maybe at some point in time somebody will find one. But when I priced everything out, it was literally just based on autographs. That's why like my Mariners aren't like quadruple, whatever the other teams are in some other places. Not quadruple's obviously an over exaggeration. Sorry, I'm opening up some top loaders because I need some 55 points too for this break. But just so you guys know, so I already had factored that into the pricing. Obviously, if the boxes drop in price, and I can get them for cheaper than what I got them for initially, like, because I'm going to keep buying Chrome. Chrome, something that you guys know, I was breaking 2021 Chrome and mixers like last week. So it's not like something that we won't be regularly in the group. So I'll keep buying it when the price goes down. As you guys know, I drop the price of whatever the breaks are based on whatever I pay for everything. So it's not like anything like that. I just know there's been a bunch of bitching about it. If you have any questions about anything, in my opinion of it, anybody's always allowed to message me directly, and I'll answer your questions as honestly as I can. I was going to say, I try to be very transparent about how like even the back end of the industry works, because I think a lot of people don't understand how that works either. However, we got this break tonight. I appreciate you guys filling it. We got my man Cal Ripken Jr. Project 2020. Ben Baller did the card. It is a Charm City Cal Ripken. He's our good luck charm around here for anybody that's new. I think we do have one brand new person. We've had some people that are... Actually, this one, no one really came back. Nathan Powell got in a group break, but he was doing personals. Oh, Emmanuel is back. Emmanuel's been in some stuff. He's a Dodgers fan. But Thomas Fuss is the new guy. And Nathan, I don't think I announced Nathan last time. Nathan Zaran? I'm not sure how to say your last name. Don't want to butcher it. And then obviously Megan has been in a break before too. And I'm assuming her name is Keen? I don't know. The EH always throws me off. I'm pretty sure that's like a German last name. But as I said, 4 boxes of the jumbos. We'll get into it. 5 autographs per box. Good luck to everybody in the break. Team list is on the left. Overhead camera's upper right-hand corner. And let's get rolling. We had a Strider auto in the first half case of the hobbies yesterday. Just the base. I think that's a little bit of I think that's where a lot of people are confused about that. I think Joey King. Foost. Oh, he's in. I guess he must be in the same group as Austin somewhere else. But I think that a lot of the things with the Braves pricing has to do with, I don't think people realize Strider had a bunch of stuff in it and how much Strider is actually selling for on eBay in his singles. I mean, the dude's nasty. He's going to be always compared to the big three, and there's a chance the Braves have their own big three. And they will never be as good as Glavine, Smoltz, and Maddox. So we got Tony Centellion, Hoy Park. We're going to have Ryan McMahon, Trent Grisham. Maybe individually one of them might be, but I mean, Greg Maddux was so good, it's going to be hard to ever top that trio. Casey Mize, Miguel Cabrera, Sammy Long, Alex Bregman, Mitch Haniger, Matt Manning, Kyle Lewis on the Future Stars, Vidal Brujan on the 1987, and Albert Pujols on the Refractor. And tomorrow, because I do actually have a second case of the jumbos and the things, we'll obviously clean up the rest of that half case of hobby. I'll post the other half case of this, and we will I'm going to post a quarter case on the Big Baseball group tomorrow, and then I'll probably split that case in between this group and that group in either quarters or halves. We'll see how I break it down. We got Jared Kelly. I have a third case coming Tuesday. It's just, I don't know why the person didn't send it out when they were supposed to. We got Yordan Alvarez. I guess if you get it today and you're gonna overnight it, it's pointless to not just overnight it Monday. We got Lars Nootbaar, which is pretty much what they said. So I'll have that Tuesday. Jesse Winker, Kevin Gausman. I'll also have Immaculate Baseball Tuesday as well. Lance Lynn, Bryce Harper, Ernie Clement, Tatis Jr., Cole Calhoun. We're going to have a Ryan Mountcastle, which I'm not really sure why he was turned around, but future stars. Cody Bellinger on the Prism, and Cal Raleigh on the Refractor going to the Mariners. This is like the clean. Wow, this is actually super clean, man. I'm not going to lie. Going to Thomas. Like, that's really well centered. I have to look at the corners afterwards, but that's actually a really nice looking Cal Raleigh. Compared to some of the other ones I've seen. Got Max Kranick. Also, I don't know why everyone's complaining about the card sticking. They stuck last year, too, in the jumbos. They always stick in the jumbos, and it's not a humidity thing. It's how they pack them. We have Gavin Sheets, JT Realmuto, Garrett Cole, Zach Pop. So I don't know why that was. Some people were complaining about that. Like, that happened last year, too. Juan Soto, Joe Adell, Max Muncy, Heart of the City, Juan Soto on the insert. So I don't know why. Like, a lot of the complaints that people have about Chrome is it's literally the same thing it was last year. Like, I don't understand. You would think people would realize it's not a big issue. We got Trevor Rogers on the cup card and Carlos Santana on the refractor. Topps also doesn't print their own stuff. I mean, they do, but they don't. So one of the ways that Fanatics actually lowered the value of Topps before they purchased them, before Topps went live with their IPO, because Topps is going to go public. I don't know how much anybody knows about stocks that's in the group, but Topps is going to go public with that Trevor Rogers, by the way, is going to the Marlins and Mike McGarity. Nice hit for the first autograph. But the way that how it goes is a public offering, so an IPO for Topps. Well, Fanatics bought one of the primary printing companies that Topps uses. We got Matt Olson. So obviously that's going to affect their logistics and distribution, right? We have Verdugo, Ozzy Albies, Max Kepler, Ryu, Wisdom, DJ LeMahieu, Joey Votto, Alec Boehm. We got Riley Adams for the Nationals on the Fuchsia Speckle. 343 out of 350. Also, don't be surprised, and I'm sure you probably didn't heard it here first, but if Fanatics ends up buying part of Panini America. So Panini is the parent company of Panini that makes sports cards in the United States. Is actually a sticker company, and I believe they're in Europe is where their headquarters are, but they obviously have a distribution in China as well. Jose Ramirez on the Prism, Fernando Tatis on the Refractor. However, from what I have heard, the rumors that I've heard is that Panini America, so the baseball, basketball, and football, should be getting bought by Fanatics at some point in time in the next week or two. We got Jesus Luzardo, Teoscar Hernandez, have Reed Detmers, Christian Yelich, Franmil Reyes, Joe Musgrove, Herman Marquez, Buster Posey, Zach Greinke. We have Nolan Arenado on the Cardinals. Gavin Sheets on the 1987. We have our second autograph. That's going to be Contreras for the Pirates, and then Cole Calhoun on the Refractor. Contreras is a guy that has a lively arm. He has not had the best numbers this year, but the Pirates honestly gave up quite a bit to... Not quite a bit, but he's part of a trade where they gave up some decent players to get him, so we'll see. The Pirates do not have a good history of developing pitchers. They have a great history of having really, really good pitchers they trade away that somebody else then develops and turns into monsters, a la... well, Joe Musgrove was good on the Pirates, but he had a bad year in the Pirates, a decent year in the Pirates. They trade him to the Padres, and he's a stud, absolute ace. Obviously, everyone knows the story of Garrett Cole, Tyler Glasnow, Jameson Taillon. The list goes on and on. There is 5 autographs per jumbo box. We have Andre Jackson for the Dodgers, Adolis Garcia. We're going to have Austin Riley, Keibert Ruiz, Kyle Muller, Kyle Seager, Carlos Correa, John Lester Cowar, Tyler Glasnow, Luis Robert, Adam Frazier on the Prism, and Jack Flaherty. Yeah, it's 5 autographs per box. We talking about the White Sox? So honestly, the White Sox are one of those scary teams that they get in. The talent on their team, they can all put it together for a series or two. I mean, that's one of those dark horse teams. That's one of the teams you don't want in the playoffs. We got Jared Walsh, Mookie Betts, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, Jake Berger, Zach Wheeler, Bobby Dahlbeck, Joey Gallo. We got Zach Lothar, Joe Ryan, Jonathan India on the Future Stars, Paul Goldschmidt on the negative, who probably should win the NL MVP this year, going to the Cardinals, and Luke Barr. The Cardinals have such good corner players. Arenado or Goldschmidt's going to win the NL MVP. It'll probably be Goldschmidt because he's had his best year this year, and his numbers are, if you look at his numbers, they're filthy. But Arenado's having a great year, too. Probably one of the most underrated third basemen in the history of baseball. We got Jesse Winker and Carson Kelly. Not that people think that Arenado's underrated. It's the fact that he doesn't get the love he's supposed to because he's with the Rockies for so long. He kind of has that Todd Helton stigma around him. We got Luis Garcia, Paul Goldschmidt, have Jose Altuve, Kyle Lewis, Dansby Swanson, Woodruff, Acuna, Chisholm Jr., Riley Adams, Anthony Rendon, Luis Robert on the Prism, and we got a Nick Lodolo, part of the guys that do not have a base card but are in the box. So a nice Nick Lodolo, one of the top prospects in the Reds organization the last couple of years. Gets an autograph to Kyle Wellman. This guy should be a guy that's in starting rotations for the next 10 to 12 years. Nice lefty. We have Zach Pop for the Mariners. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Refractor out of 499. 195 out of 499. My apologies there. Good call out, Jordan. When I was taking off the thing, I didn't see the refractor till after I took off that the layer of protection or whatever on the top loader. Which actually, this is the last set of 55 points that I have that on there, the film. It's just, the film's nice, but the film rolls up by the time I put it in a team bag and everything, so I bought ones that didn't. I just bought like premium ones that don't have the film on it. We got Tristan McKenzie. Yeah, Manny Machado, Shane Bieber. Brian Hayes. Sonny Gray. Andrew McCutchen. Walker Buehler. Jose Barrios. Chris Sale for the Red Sox. Got hurt again, unfortunately. Aaron Judge having a terrific year, the MVP this year for sure. We got Jose Altuve for the Houston, the City, Christian Yelich, and Juan Soto on the refractor. I think Judge has to fall off a cliff to not win MVP. Don't get me wrong, I think Ohtani is a special player. If not, you might as well just give Ohtani the award for the next 5 or 6 years. We got Kyle Tucker, Cal Raleigh, Carlos Santana, Arozarena, Kelly, Ramirez, Frazier, Vlade, Yastrzemski, Ronald Acuna Jr. on the new classics, Matt Chapman on the Prism. We got for the Pirates Adolfo Castro, and behind that Luis Gill on the refractor going to Jordan Heller. Adolfo Castro, we'll see how Castro stays in the lineup with the Pirates over time. Pirates have a lot of middle infield prospects. I don't know. He does play all over the place, though. I think they have him listed here as a second baseman. Obviously, Nick Gonzalez is going to come up and play second base at some point in time. They can't keep him in the minors forever. But that's going to the Pirates and John Cullison. And then we got this Luis Gill. Nice centering refractor going to Jordan. Cody Bellinger, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Seth Beer, Zach Thompson, and Ryan Zimmerman, Michael Bradley, Arenado, Stuart Fairchild, Brian Anderson. We're going to have Yadier Molina. And we got a McCormick Blue going to the Astros, 24 out of 150. Going to Noah Sehuson. On the True Blue, Chaz McCormick. Freddie Freeman on the 1987 and Jarren Duran on the refractor. No, Duran hasn't really lived up to the hype that he had in the minors, but nice refractor for the Red Sox and Robbie Coleman. This first box, I mean, I'll say the autographs haven't been like, oh my god, to die for, but they have had some really nice rookie refractors that have had nice centering. Good pop on the look of the card. I will say the look of the card this year, like the refractors really do pop compared to last year. We got Ryan Mountcastle. I'm not sure how I feel about the autos on top of the silver. Jacob deGrom, Ian Happ, Stanton, George Springer, Max Fried, Edward Cabrera, Jackson Reitz, Clase, Contreras, Carson Kelly on the Prism. And we have a big boy right there, Alek Thomas, going to the Diamondbacks with Nelson Cruz on the refractor. A 3 out of 250, Alek Thomas. Centering is a little off-center top, or a little bit heavy on the bottom, but a nice hit for the Alek Thomas. Depends if you can get a Helen Keller guy for the centering. Could still be a 10. But the centering is a little bit off. Probably one that you have to sell raw, but a sick Alek Thomas. Let me get this out of the way so I can adjust the hit board real quick. The Diamondbacks, I've been calling it since yesterday. I was going to say, it hasn't really been that long, if I'm being honest, that they are the sneaky good pick because they have guys like Alek Thomas and McCarthy in the product. Let's get into the second box. Nice hit on the Alek Thomas. Going to Patrick. Got Jose Abreu for the White Sox. Austin Meadows, Eloy Jimenez. Luke Williams, Trey Turner. Bo Bichette. Brandon Marsh, Max Scherzer. Curtis Terry, Luis Robert on the Future Stars. Nick Castellanos for the Reds on the teal. It's going to be 115 out of 199. Another card where the centering is not terrific. For anybody that wants to watch another break after this, let me know. Well, don't let me know. I'll just say tune in to, we got Brandon Marsh and Carlos Correa. Before this got filled, I was actually about to go live with a personal break of Steve Samiego and Mike McGarity where they split 5 boxes of Platinum Anniversary and picked their team. So I'll be running that afterwards live and a separate video if anybody's interested in watching some Platinum Anniversary or looking for singles in that particular break. I'm sure Mike or Steve are willing to trade or sell off anything they might get in that break that they don't want. We got Jed Lowry, Kyle Schwarber, Jeff McNeil, Freddie Freeman, Nick Castellanos, Rodolfo Castro, Trevor Story, Blake Snell, Willie Castro, Brandon Belt, Luis Robert, New Classics, Anthony Rendon on the Prism, and Paul Goldschmidt on the refractor. Corbin Burns, Gray, Shohei Ohtani. Also something I'm going to announce early next week, Corey Seager, Brandon Lau, but I'll say it now. Jake Myers is, I'm officially an authorized dealer for CSG, Harrison Bader, Whit Merrifield, so I do get a discount on that grading. Nelson Cruz, Rafael Devers, Tim Anderson, Griffin Jacks going to the Twins, and Jose Altuve on the refractor. A Griffin Jacks autograph to the Twins on the base. Going to Austin Fishbach. I know everyone's hyped up about Joe Ryan. I can't remember if Griffin Jacks is one of the better pitchers. There's like one or two pitchers that are a little touch and go for the Minnesota Twins in this box, but I know that Joe Ryan's the big one. We got Jorge Soler, Steven Strasburg, Xander Bogaerts, Tyler Megill, Albert Pujols, Vidal Brujan, Eli Morgan, Yu Darvish, Kyle Hendricks, Trey Amberge. We got an O'Neal Cruz Prism and Mike Trout Refractor. Nice O'Neal Cruz. Going to the Pirates and John Cullison. He got one of these in the other half. Case of hobby. Yeah, I thought he's one of those young guys that has a real lively arm. They're just not sure if he's going to be a starter or like they're going to shift him to being like a setup man, closer, or starter. Horner, Starling Marte. You have Tyler Stevenson, Rhys Hoskins, Connor Wong, Pete Alonso, John Means, Byron Buxton. The Mets, Pete Alonso. We got a Nelson Cruz for the Rays. Purple Speckle, 268 out of 299. Old guy and big boy alert. This is the reason why everyone picks up the Rays right here is Nelson Cruz, right? What can I say? This is why John Cullison gets him. Just a huge Nelson Cruz fanboy. I would say that the biggest hit so far has been Alek Thomas. Anybody that collects Bowman should know who Alek Thomas is. Was a top pick for the Diamondbacks. He's got with his call-up, he's had a lot of people trying to move his stuff. We got Jacob deGrom. We got a Giovanni Morgan and Justin Turner refractor. Giovanni Morgan also going to the Twins in Austin. Yeah, we were just talking about that before, right, Mike? But we have Tapia. And then a brick of cards behind him. Chris Bryant, McCormick. I try to be very ginger when I'm taking the cards apart. Molina, Clayton Kershaw, Tyler Gilbert, Brian De La Cruz, Alek Manoah, Mike Trout, Justin Turner, Pete Alonso on the Classics, John Gray in a Rangers jersey, and Hoy Park on the refractor. I will say, especially guys that are new, if you know anybody that likes to get in breaks, obviously we break a lot of baseball here, but I do have football and basketball. I'm trying to build up the basketball and football part of the group to break it more consistently. If you know anybody that wants to get in football, basketball, and even baseball breaks, don't hesitate to invite them to the group. You'll learn over time, especially if you're new. I'm probably one of the most transparent people when it comes to everything. We got JT Realmuto, Tim Anderson, Matt Olson, Alex Verdugo, Garrett Cole, Ozzie Albies, Max Muncy, Ryu, Patrick Wisdom, DJ LeMahieu, Bo Bichette on the Future Stars, Luis Robert in 1987, and Sticks, a.k.a. Tristan McKenzie. You got Max Kepler, Drew Ellis. Gonna get some orange in the back there. We got Luzardo, Teoscar Hernandez, Votto, Bohm, Franimal, Musgrove, Herman Marquez, and we have for the Rays Vidal Brujan on the orange wave. 4 out of 25 for the Rays. Would have been sick if this would have been a different guy on the Rays. Brujan's still so young. The only problem is the Rays have such young talent that he needs to get his shit together. Say, I am a huge Vidal Brujan fan. I said it more than once, and I've obviously been incorrect to this point. I thought he'd end up being better than Wander Franco, even though he's a little bit older than Franco was, but that has not been the case, unfortunately. He has a lot of talent, though. Sonny Gray. We have Spencer Watkins for the Orioles, and Josh Lowe on the refractor. Oh, and I was trying to... Someone was saying something about... out of 25 complaining about the player. I'll let you know right now. For anybody that builds, Spencer Watkins is going to the Orioles. Who got the Orioles this time? Megan in her second or third break. Anybody that doesn't know, like any player you get like a 25 or less, I'm telling you right now, it's going to sell. It has collectability because there's somebody out there that's trying to build the rainbow for that player. Please remember, there's millions of collectors out there. There's somebody, I mean, Vidal Brujan's a rookie, but even if you got like a Giovanni Moran, I called him a moron earlier, Moran, someone's going to try to build that rainbow if there's a rainbow of them out there. We got Reed Detmers, Andre Jackson, especially they're a Twins fan. We got Adolis Garcia. You just have to find the right person and be patient. Austin Riley, Christian Yelich, Keibert Ruiz, Buster Posey, Zach Greinke, Kyle Seager, Carlos Correa, or Oakland, Matt Olson. Obviously hasn't played for the team all year. Nolan Arenado, and Cup card, Jonathan India. I have not broke the other half of this case. No. This is the first half of the jumbo case. I broke the first half of the other break that's up right now, the hobby break. I broke that half of the case yesterday. We got Kyle Muller, Josh Hader, but this is the first half of this jumbo case. Rafael Devers, Anthony Rizzo, and I'll post the second half tomorrow in the morning before the football game starts. Lucas Giolito, John Lester, Jackson Kowar, Tyler Glasnow, Juan Moncada, Cunha Jr., Andrew McCutchen. We got Peyton Henry for the Marlins and Trent Grisham on the refractor. Matt Olson will be in a Braves uni in update. Peyton Henry for the Marlins and Mike McGarity. There has not been any short print rookies in the sense of the extended base cut. There was, I've not pulled like the Witt or Julio Rodriguez. Alek Thomas is technically a guy that only has an autograph, so the same type of like chase that J-Rod or let's say J-Rod or Bobby Witt is. We got Sean Manaea, Mike Moustakas. But if you're talking about the extended baseless cards that came out that were in the, like those 5 cards, nobody has pulled them. I don't think anybody's pulled them yet. I don't even know they're in the boxes. We have O'Neal Cruz, John Gray. They could be, but I would assume they're like super extended base, like would be shorter print than like the super, like they'd be like super short prints. We got Zach Short, Matt Vierling, Luis Robert, Matt Chapman, JD Martinez, Christian Yelich on the Brewers, Jarren Duran, and Casey Mize. That's been what the talk is that people think Topps didn't even produce those cards or put them in the checklist. I have personally not watched enough breaks where people are saying they watch like 30 or 40 breaks. Like, I don't even know how you have time to watch 30 or 40 breaks. I mean, I know I break a little bit slower than most people do, but I mean, that's like 30 hours of watching somebody break cards. I mean, I guess you have that time, but to me, that's surprising. We got Logan Gilbert, Justin Verlander. I can talk to like the guy that runs real breaks, or Nick Beckfar that runs best breaks, and see if they pulled any short prints yet. We got Wainwright, Rivera, Bays, because they break way more than I do, obviously. Alexander Wells, Trevor Larnach, Mancini, Josh Donaldson, Ketel Marte, Riley Adams on the Prism, Ryan Velarde for the Rockies on the Blue Wave with Kyle Seager behind him. It's going to be a 129 out of 150 in the Rockies spot going to Sean Garner. Velarde's been a decent player this year. His Bowman was 2021 Bowman. So it wasn't that long ago. Get some recognition. I don't think he was a top pick. That's why took him a while to be in Bowman. Nice color on the Adams. Or the Velade. Looking at Riley Adams talking about Velade. The Mariners are going so much because if you pull the Julio Rodriguez autograph, you're looking on the bases over $1,000. On top of Cal Raleigh is another card. Cal Raleigh has a bunch of cards in the base, so there's that. On top of, if you do get a J-Rod autograph, the base is over $1,000. If you look at the ones that are colored, they're selling for like, I don't know if any have sold yet, but they're all priced at like $12,000. I never priced the cards on those short prints because I assumed they were going to be like as rare as the home field advantage for the home field advantage legend cards from Series 1 that were like 1 in every 40,000 packs or 48,000 packs. Like that's what I figured the chance of pulling one of the short prints were when I priced everything, which is why I explained in the beginning that the Mariners, if you look, the Mariners at some places are even higher, like ratio to other teams. You got Zach Short, Logan Gilbert, Justin Verlander, Adam Wainwright, Rivera, Mancini, Donaldson, Marte, Turner, Bo Bichette, Cabrian Hayes, Christian Yelich, Luis Robert. Got Jose Abreu, Austin Meadows, Eloy Jimenez, Luke Williams, Brandon Marsh, Max Scherzer, Curtis Terry, Nick Castellanos, Rodolfo Castro, Fernando Tatis Jr., another Rodolfo Castro for the Pirates, out of 150. 59 out of 150 going to John Carlson on a True Blue. Pirates actually having a nice break. Let's see. We have Tyler Glasnow and Cabrian Hayes. Jed Lowry, Kyle Schwarber, Jeff McNeil Freeman, Trevor Story, Blake Snell, Willie Castro, Brandon Belt, Heart of the City, Bryce Harper for Philadelphia, Freddie Freeman. We have Luis Frias for the Diamondbacks and Sonny Gray. Patrick Seidel and the Diamondbacks on the Luis Frias. We have Gray, Shohei Ohtani, Corey Seager, Brandon Lau, Myers, Bader, Whit Merrifield, Nelson Cruz, Kyle Tucker. We're going to have the Topps Chrome Club Threads Relic card, Alec Boehm, going to the Phillies, and Mike McGarity. Nice card for the Phillies and Brandon Crawford. Jorge Soler, Aaron Ashby, Steven Strasburg, Bogarts, Pujols, Brujan, Morgan, Yu Darvish, Kyle Hendricks, Walker Buehler for the Dodgers. We got Vidal Brujan in the 1987 insert, Mitch Haniger for the Mariners, and Robbie Grossman. What I was going to say, too, is what I don't think people realize is last year's Chrome was very hyped up in rookies only. Like the whole thing last year was home of the rookie autograph. This year there's a lot more veteran cards. If you look at the Mariners checklist, I'll use the Mariners as an example. Adam Frazier has autographs on there. Mitch Haniger has autographs, as you can see. I think there's another vet or two that has autographs. So the checklists aren't just like the rookies. Like obviously the prices, because if you pull the J-Rod, you're not only in the money, you're like not rich, but if you hit a J-Rod, like you are absolutely 100% quadrupling whatever the price is, even on a base, more than likely. So that's what it is the Julio Rodriguez being so high end on top of the checklist for the Mariners is relatively big compared to everybody else. Tyler Megill. So it actually, I was trying to think in my head who else besides Frazier was on the checklist, but Haniger answered that for me. We got Megill, Horner, Starling Marte, Tyler Stevenson. A lot of teams have veteran players in a checklist too. It's kind of unique this year. Hoskins, Trey Amberg, and I don't know why they did that, but Connor Wong, Pete Alonso, John Means, Byron Buxton, Rafael Devers on the new classics, another Cal Raleigh on the Prism Refractor, and Lars Nootbaar on the refractor itself. But I think this guy right here is, it seems like you Mariners fans, and I think Daniel can attest to this, really like Cal Raleigh. His numbers are good for a catcher. I mean, if you hit 30 bombs, I don't think he's going to hit 30 this year, but I think he has a chance to hit 30 bombs a couple times in his career, and I know he's a little bit older rookie. But Lars Nootbaar, and I think Daniel just came back and didn't hear my entire explanation about the Mariners. Since he asked the question. But that's okay. I can explain it to him in private if I need to. Yeah, so I mean, it's like, I think that, yeah, it's shitty that the extent, if the cards aren't from the extended list, like it's shitty. But like I said, when I priced everything was based off of I thought they were going to be as short of a print as the Legends home field advantages from Series 1. We got Lars Nootbaar, Jesse Winker, Max Kranick, Gavin Sheets, JT Realmuto, Tim Anderson, Cole Calhoun, Zach Pop, Juan Soto, because I didn't think they were going to print them a lot, Joe Adele, because then what's the point on getting update if they print out a bunch of chrome short prints of guys that are supposed to carry update? Kyle Lewis, Wander Frank on a 1987, and Kyle Tucker. That's who I was thinking. I couldn't think if Kirby was a rookie this year or not, because I was thinking of the other guy that looks like a basset hound in his face. That's what I think of every time I see him. Has that droopy face. Logan Gilbert is who else? What else? Yeah, I know he's a rookie last year. We got Garrett Cole, Matt Olson, Verdugo, Albies, Max Muncy, Ryu, Patrick Wisdom on the Cup card, DJ LeMahieu, Joey Votto, Alec Bohm. Speaking of Logan Gilbert, I was going to say on the Prism, Patrick Mazeika for the Mets, and Evan Longoria. Going to Nathan and his second break in the group. We're going to start putting the autographs down here too. I think everybody up there is an auto besides McCormick and Brujan. 100% Julio Rodriguez is past Franco. And I think it's only because Franco's been injured. Otherwise, I think they'd be neck and neck. We got Max Kepler, Drew Ellis, Teoscar Hernandez. Have Reed Detmers, Andre Jackson, Franmil Reyes, Musgrove, Herman Marquez, Buster Posey, Heart of the City, Juan Soto, Shohei Ohtani, Salvador Perez on the refractor. Got Adolis Garcia, Austin Riley, Christian Yelich, Keibert Ruiz, Zach Greinke, Kyle Seager, Carrera, John Lester, Trey Turner, Nico Horner. He's actually been having a really good year for the Cubs. 176 out of 399. Probably 2 years late, though, for hobby relevance, unfortunately. But he's actually having a good season. Because I think he was an older rookie when he came up. Let's see. His slugging was so brutal last year. He was born in 97. Justin Verlander. And we have a Gabriel Arias. Oh, Arias is in here? Whew. Max Kranick. I'm going to have to raise the Guardians' price. No, I'm joking. Nice hit for the Guardians and Tom Scarberry. Gabriel Arias is... Wow, I didn't realize his card was in here. I wonder if he's going to be an update with his rookie then. Nice hit. I was going to say he's had a pretty decent start to his career. Gabriel Arias, one of the top guys for Cleveland Guardians in their prospects. Max Kranick for the Pirates. That was a surprising autograph, I was going to say. I'll be honest, I did not look fully through the Guardians checklist all the way, I guess. I missed Gabriel Arias having an auto in here. We have Kyle Miller, Josh Hader, Rafael Devers, Anthony Rizzo, Giolito, Manea, Kowar. I seen Ernie Clement was like the main guy. Glasnow, Juan Moncada, Veerling. I think there's a chance of a J-Ram, Ronald Acuna Jr., Jesse Winker, and Gavin Sheets. I was like, they do not have the prettiest checklist when it came to the Guardians. It's nice Arias for Tom Scarberry and the smaller teams. I would love to see a Julio Rodriguez or Bobby Witt. Let's see, did we get... That is Mike Moustakas. O'Neal Cruz, John Gray, Jake Cronenworth, Luis Robert, Chapman, Martinez, Baez, Wells, Trevor Larnach, Jackson Kowar. On the Prism, going to the Royals. I think Bieber has an autograph too, yeah. We're going to get a printing plate. It's a little banged up on the corners, but it is a Kim for the Padres. One-of-a-kind printing plate on the Scion printing plate going to Tom Scarberry and the Padres. Padres are off the board early. It does have some damage on the corners. I would never, ever, ever, ever. If anybody ever recommends you getting a printing plate graded, preserve it cool to get them graded. Do not, because they've been through a machine. So they're never going to have good corners. They're always going to have a bad surface. But as you can see, that corner is banged up. But nice hit for Tom Scarberry on the Kim. 101. So we got a 101 this break. Going to Tom. Why was he not talking about taking the was he talking about taking the Padres and didn't? Take Castro, put Castro back here, Lodolo over, and get a 101 Kim. We got Matt Veerling on the last card. The break. That's a dope Kim. Kim's a good player too. And he's gonna be the shortstop now for a while. Yeah, for plates, like if I get a plate, like I literally don't get it graded. I'll just send it off to like whoever's cheap that'll preserve it and get the autograph authenticated. I mean, obviously you know the autograph is real, but nice Kim for Tom. Get some of that closer's luck. Oh, okay. Yeah, the fact he calls them exams threw me off. I was like, is he... I'm not gonna lie. I thought that Vinny was over there running goddamn, like, he was examining cars. Like, when he's talking about exams, I thought he was in his group, like, all right, boys, the corners on this one is good. The edges, probably an 8. Like, I thought he was over there giving exams, like, actually examining people's cards. We got Sonny Gray. Kyle Tucker. I was so confused. Andrew McCutcheon, Kyle Tucker. It's like, why is this guy doing exams? Cal Raleigh, Carlos Santana, Jose Barrios, Chris Sale, Aaron Judge, Jose Ramirez, Adam Frazier. Probably got one of those New Yorker accents. How you doing? We got Dylan Carlson on the Future Stars, Miguel Cabrera, and Charlie Blackmon on the refractor. We're going to have Randy Arozarena, Carson Kelly, Bellinger, Seth Beer, Vlade, Yastrzemski, Brantley, Arenado, Stuart Fairchild, Brian Anderson. Oh, Fairchild getting the rookie pile, bud. We're going to have new classics, Wander Franco, Zach Short on the Prism, and Jared Kelnick on the refractor. I do prostate exams in here. Zach Short to the Tigres. And Tom, and then the Wander Franco. New classics on the insert. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I have Zach Thompson, Zimmerman, Mountcastle. I have DeGrom, George Springer, Max Fried, Edward Cabrera, Jackson Reitz, Heart of the City, Aaron Judge, George Springer, AJ Alexi for the Rangers, and Yordan Alvarez. Alexi going to the Rangers, and I believe Mike McGarity. The Judge going to Heller. I still have full faith that Kelnick's going to be a good major league player. We have Ian Happ, Stanton Santellian, Hoy Park, Clase, Contreras, Miguel Cabrera, Sammy Long, Alex Bregman, Mitch Haniger, and we got a Cal Raleigh on the gold wave on the jumbo. 49 out of 50. Going to Thomas Fust in his first break in the group. Nice Raleigh. Put him up over and next to the orange Brujan. We have Carlos Correa on the Prism and John Lester. Honestly, he has kind of a cult following in Seattle. He has 25 home runs at catcher this year. If you're a catcher, you hit 30 bombs, you're going to be an all-star. I think that he will be the main guy next year at catcher. Ryan McMahon, I think this year he split time early on. Trent Grisham, he probably hits 30 home runs for sure this year. He's still got a chance. I just don't know if he'll play enough games. We got Casey Mize. He has to get really hot. Jerry Kelnick, Matt Manning, Kevin Gossman. But he sells pretty well. He does sell. I don't know what his price is, but I know there's people always looking for him in the big baseball groups. Lance Lynn, a Bryce Harper, maybe Daniel or somebody can tell you better what his pricing looks like. Ernie Clement, JD Martinez on the Red Sox, Matt Olson on the 1987, M.J. Melendez for the Royals, and Jackson Kowar. Back-to-back cards there. Melendez, nice hit for the Royals. Everyone overlooks this guy, too, because Bobby Whitson is the main guy, but a nice Melendez hit. Yep, I was going to say the Thomas got a lot of guys that are young. Melendez is a stud. Cal Raleigh is a 3 outcome guy. But he is one of the best defensive catchers in baseball that's young. Let's say, obviously, you got the old heads like Molina's and whoever else, but for young guys, he's one of the best defensive catchers, and that's why he's going to be a guy that starts all the time, is because he just has. I mean, the Mariners got their guy after he did with Mike Zunino for 3 or 4 years. I mean, he hasn't been on a team in a while, but. Yordan Alvarez. Guys, the positives of Cal Raleigh, please. I'm not trying to, like, put lipstick on a pig, but he's a guy that plays defense as a catcher. He hits 30 bombs. What do you want from the catcher position? Those guys are slow. They're going to strike out. Yordan Alvarez. There's guys that literally catch that hit fucking, like, 190 and don't hit any home runs. We got Lars Nootbaar. Jesse Winker. Max Kranick. Gavin Sheets. Fernando Tatis Jr., Calhoun, Pop, Soto, Joe Adell, Ohtani in the new classics, John Lester, and Kyle Lewis. What I will say is he's left-handed, so any guy that's left-handed, I would wait next year to see what their true numbers are. With the shift being banned, I'm telling you right now, there's going to be some lefties that pop off average-wise. Tapia. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these three true outcome guys that are just straight power, their batting averages go up 30, 40 points. Chris Bryant, McCormick, Molina, Tyler Gilbert, Brian De La Cruz, Alek Manoah, Mike Trout, Jake Cronenworth. We got a Hoy Park purple for the Pirates. Going to John Cullison, 102 out of 250. All right, well, even if he's a switch hitter, that still means when he's left-handed, he's probably straight pool. And he'll still get on base more. We got Mike Trout and Jesse Winker. Like, I think Joey Gallo probably goes back to all-star form next year. We got Shane Bass, no shift. They can't put 8 guys on the right side of the field anymore. Jose Siri, Jack Flaherty, Wilson Contreras, Zach Lowe, Justin Turner, Jonathan India, Brian Reynolds, Charlie Blackmon, Brandon Crawford, Walker Buehler. Boys, we did it. I was going to say, we have Tyler Glass now on the refractor. Spencer Strider on the purple speckle. 92 out of 299. Nice hit for Nathan Powell and the Braves on the Spencer Strider. I don't know if Joey King's in here watching, but this is the reason why the Braves are priced what the Braves are priced. I was going to say, because he was asking too. I know a lot of people are asking what the pricing of the teams are and why this and that. Like I said, I'm pretty transparent about the pricing and exactly what my thought process is and what's going on in the hobby. Hey, Mike, you're a Phillies fan. Stop trying to hype up the Braves, all right? We got Luis Gill, Jarren Duran, Lindor, Mullins. Maybe you should just switch to being a Braves fan. We got Kirilloff, Pavin Smith, Robbie Grossman, Evan Longoria, Perez, Carlson, Heart of the City, Pete Alonso for New York, Gavin Sheets, Yohan Moncada, I should say. To get more topplers. He said they got Biggio from behind the plate because he was a terrible catcher, right? I was going to say. Three more packs left. We have Trevor Rogers, Goriel Jr., Jared Walsh, Mookie Betts, Falefa, Urias, Wander Franco base, Bobby Dahlbeck, Gallo, Jonathan India, Jose Barrios. We got a Hoy Park for the Pirates and Manny Machado. Oh, yeah, you need to have a guy in there every day if he's a good hitter. Speaking of the Cardinals, you know who's actually having a surprisingly good year when I was looking at his numbers? Lars Nootbaar. I didn't realize he hit the ball so well. I mean, it's not like fantastic, but Jake Berger, Zach Wheeler, Luis Garcia, Goldschmidt, Altuve, Lewis, Zach Lothar, Joe Ryan for the Twins, Dansby Swanson, the Royals, Whit Merrifield. Is he pitching in that? Jose Altuve on the negative, so second negative of the break. Going to the Astros. Pete Alonso in 1987 and Shane Bieber. Yeah, I always thought the transition from catcher to second base was a weird one, to be honest. We got Tristan McKenzie, Manny Machado, Shane Bieber, Brian Hayes, Brandon Woodruff, Ronald Acuna Jr., Jazz Chisholm, Riley Adams, Anthony Rendon, Walker Buehler, Jake Cronenworth on the Prism. Bruh. All right, then. We have Brian Reynolds, and then we have a teal wave, Spencer Strider for the Braves. It'll be an 82 out of 199. Going to Nathan Powell. Let's see, and that is another Spencer Strider. And this is why I tell people, just because something was pulled in half a case or a different box of a case doesn't mean there isn't another one somewhere. I've pulled double cards out of Bowman, out of this stuff, out of anything where I pulled the same autograph. If you go look at the case of Clearly Authentic, there was 4 Ronald Acuna autographs in the case of Clearly Authentic we opened up. No, 3. Nice Spencer Strider to wrap it up. Let's say that was the last card. Let's do a quick recap of the hits. Congratulations to everybody that hit. For everybody that didn't, better luck next time. I will post the other half of the case tomorrow. But let's go over all the hits. Obviously, this is all the rookies. Obviously, the big guy like Franco has this thing, and this is all inserts of rookies and their refractors. Let's get rolling through non-autograph hits real quick. We have Jose Altuve, Hoy Park on the autograph. Oh, let me get the autographs out here. What am I doing? Not the autograph portion yet, guys. Come on, go in your homes. Let me make sure there's no other autographs in here. All right, now to the non-autograph part of the recap. Apologize. Had some technical difficulties there. All right, let's get rolling. We got Jose Altuve on the negative for the Astros. Hoy Park on the purple. Stupid film. That's what I was talking about with this film. Like, you slide them at all, and the film gets all jacked. Hoy Park out of 250. That's a 102 out of 250. McCormick out of 150 on the true blue. Nico Horner on the fuchsia. It's going to be out of 399 going to the Cubs. Have Paul Goldschmidt on the negative. Alec Boehm on the memorabilia for the Phillies. Going to have a fuchsia speckle Riley Adams. Rodolfo Castro on the true blue. Nelson Cruz on the purple speckle. We're going to have Castellanos on the aqua. We're going to have a Cal Raleigh gold wave. We got real wavy on the 25 and out of 50. The Brujan's an out of 25. 4 out of 25 on the Brujan. The Cal Raleigh is 49 out of 50. The Raleigh's going to the Mariners. And Thomas Fust in his first break. And then Brujan is going to the Rays and John Cullison out of 25. 2 nice hits there to rookies. Hopefully Brujan can turn it around. Lots of talent. We'll see what happens there. Let's get into the autographs. We have Patrick Mazeika for the Mets going to Nathan. Gabriel Arias going to the Guardians and Tom Scarberry. AJ Alexi going to the Rangers and Mike McGarity. Griffin Jacks going to Austin for the Twins. Contreras going to the Pirates and John Cullison. Hoy Park going to the Pirates and John Cullison. Moran going to the Twins and Austin. We got Trevor Rogers to the Marlins and Mike McGarity. Peyton Henry going to the Marlins and Mike McGarity. Spencer Watkins going to Megan and the Orioles. Luis Frias to the Diamondbacks and Patrick Seidel. Mitch Haniger to the Mariners and Thomas. Rodolfo Castro to the Pirates and John Cullison. We have the out of 499 refractors. MJ Melendez to the Royals and Tom Scarberry. Nick Lodolo to the Reds and Kyle Wellman on the 4 out of 499s. A 120 out of 499 for Tom. 195 out of 499 for Kyle Wellman. We're going to have Ryan Velarde out of 150 on the Blue Wave to the Rockies. 129 out of 150 going to Sean Garner. Got Alec Thomas going to 3 out of 250 going to the Diamondbacks and Patrick Seidel. We're going to have Kim, printing plate 101, going to the Padres and Tom Cullison, the Cyan printing plate. Then, normally you think a 101 or something low numbered would be, I mean, these are pretty low numbered. But we got double Spencer Striders. Let's say we have the purple speckle and the teal wave. Let's say the purple speckle is going to be 92 out of 299, and the teal wave is going to be 82 out of 199. Both going to Nathan Powell. Congratulations, buddy, to the Braves. Like I said, we'll post the second half of this case tomorrow before football, and hopefully we can break it before Sunday night football if we can get it filled up. I appreciate you guys. Oh, I do not think Arias was. I think it was just the way the camera was shining. I'll double check. Oh, you're right. Arias is, man. I need to take these films off when I see this. You're right. Gabriel Arias is out of 499 as well. 100 out of 499. So the way the lighting is in my house, because I didn't want to put a bunch of extra lighting in here, it'll be different in the shop once it gets open. But yeah, you're right. Look at how much that pops once I take this stupid film off. Way to see that, Austin. I was going to say, obviously I said whatever the card is, so, but I appreciate you guys. All right, guys. Steve and Mike are doing a 5-box Platinum Anniversary personal break with one another where they pick like the first 5 teams and then randomly the rest of the teams. So I'm about to run that. So I'll see you guys if you guys want to bullshit here and watch. If not, you guys have a great day. Or I guess a great rest of your day, rest of your night. Sleep well. I will see you guys for the second half of this jumbo tomorrow, hopefully. I appreciate everyone. I really do. You guys have a great night and be safe.